Ow. The 90s. This era brought us some of the greatest pieces of art in movies, music, and video games, whose influence has rippled out into every aspect of our society, and this included TV advertisements. As a child born in '92, I was conscious for at least half of this decade, and I consider myself quite lucky to have been watching scheduled Canadian television during this time. Yes, some of you may be unfamiliar with a time when TV channels really only played good stuff when they thought people were home, and certain channels just stopped late at night. We have no more stuff. Good night. Ow. Of course, between stellar shows like were something called advertisements. The main goal of an advertisement is to inform the audience about something that is available for purchase. Although the audience is usually referred to as the consumer.
Yes, keep consuming. Don't even consider what's in it.
But telling people that something exists and they see people doing the same is simply not enough. You need to stand out, so the strategies had to get a little wild. Today we're going to talk about these absurd, sometimes questionable strategies to get people to remember, or even better, make a YouTube video about what you're selling. The footage used here today has been sourced from many different people, captured in many different ways. So some of it looks pretty good, and the rest of it looks like it was left in the deep fryer for just a little too long. Across these three major categories, I have some, but not all, of the most interesting TV advertisements I saw growing up. So you may find this video doesn't line up with your idea or experience with the 90s, and that's okay. Also, some of these are from the late 80s and early 2000s, but the video needed a focus theme, so don't tell anything. Today we dive into the fever dream of hallucinogenic nightmares known as 90s TV advertising. This is me. Our first category is informative. From hippos to hip cats trying to get you to be healthy, these ads intend to educate the audience about something hopefully important.
Here's a T-Rex.
Our first and arguably most memorable ad in the group has a rather strange presentation style. Yes, of course, I'm talking about the longest, best-kept secret animal species in human history, the house hippo.
It's nighttime, in a kitchen just like yours. All is quiet. Or is it? The North American house hippo is found throughout Canada and the eastern United States. House hippos are very timid creatures and are rare.
The house hippo was a Canadian public service announcement presented as a nature documentary about a small hippo that supposedly lives inside your home unbeknownst to you. It spends its time scrounging for peanut butter, pushing around crumpled paper, and fighting your pets at night while you sleep. The intention here was to prompt its younger viewers to question the things that they saw on TV, and I imagine it worked as these effects still look amazing. It's hard to say just how many people watched this ad and said,
"That's gonna kill me! That's real! That lives with us on Earth!"
before realizing it's actually a PSA made by Concerned Children's Advertisers, or as they were later named, Companies Committed to Kids. And that's how you know they were committed to kids. CCA was responsible for many iconic PSAs aimed at telling children to find their thing, that they gotta balance food and activities, and go outside. No. Many of these PSAs included truly nightmarish imagery and scenarios that reminded kids to be aware of the dangers this Earth holds.
Anything can happen in this world. We really know very little.
Most of these were actually pretty good, implying that bullies without an audience are just silly people, that girls are in fact real people, and televisions aren't people at all.
I was a person, but someone had to open the book of wicked 90s curses and read from the ancient words, didn't they?
But then there's some others that are rather strange, with some bizarre or even confusing messaging. Like if you find a needle on the ground, run away and tell someone, but also send someone back to guard it while you wait for the adult. I don't know about that one. Or this one about how it's not cool to chase someone down until they collapse so you can kiss them. Oh no, sorry, this one's about how it was his fault for not being in shape. The cheese in these ads was at a critical level. But the house hippo may be one of the most effective at conveying its message. I know it's easy to say, shouldn't you have known that a documentary wouldn't play in an advertisement?
But, they did.
Oh.
Bet you feel kind of bad now.
I do.
Alright, good.
Yeah, good.
You wanna watch Sabrina the Teenage Witch?
Can we do that?
No.
One of these series was called Heritage Minutes, short films detailing high-achieving Canadians that began airing in the early 90s, and they continued making them well out of the decade. Like this one about the Winnipeg Falcons, a hockey team that served in World War I. Of course I chose a hockey example, and yes, that's Jared Keeso, and yes, I would watch this movie. Please make this movie! In 1999, a lot of people were still taking what they saw on TV as absolute truth, and since then it's become slightly easier to fake things with spooky technology. Hello? Oh, you're not that spooky. Ah! So in 2019, the House Hippo ad was remade by Media Smarts for modern audiences, which would normally be much worse than the original, but this one's actually pretty good. Unfortunately, the shot where they say, "Looks real, don't it?" is the fakest shot in the whole thing, whereas the original was like, "We control everything you see. Do not attempt to adjust your television. The horizontal and the vertical belong to me."
Meow, 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 meow. I am a cat. Meow, meow, meow.
It's certainly nice to see homage paid to the original, which for me is one of the most iconic advertisements of all time. And I promise this video only goes downhill from here. Which one should I eat? Well, they all look so tasty, and I mean, if they didn't want me to eat them, they wouldn't make them look so good, right? I should be careful after what happened when I ate that glow stick. Well, maybe just one quick bite.
Why do you think your mommy or daddy are always telling you, don't put that in your mouth?
Don't you put it in your mouth. Don't you put it in your mouth. Don't you stuff it in your face. Don't stuff it in your face. Though it might look good to eat. Though it might look good to eat.
Don't You Put It in Your Mouth, the now internationally known Canadian PSA featuring a rather disturbing amorphous duo of fuzzy some things, as they sing about avoiding eating things you don't understand. It is a perfect example of right message, wrong packaging, and of course it was made by concerned children's advertisers. It had a short 1-minute version and a 2-minute version that just prepares the audience for the 1-minute version. Both include a talking lion and a singing beat,
Like a muffin or a bee.
which I imagine many people still see in their dreams. Or nightmares. Hopefully this catchy tune decreased the number of bad things kids ate and increased the number of good, healthy things they ate. Just like
Body break, get moving. Body break, keep moving.
Oh yeah. Get it.
Body Break with Hal Johnson and Joanne McLeod, a staple of Canadian pop culture to anyone watching TV in the 90s. Since 1988, the show has had over 300 episodes featuring Hal and Joanne, former top-tier athletes, as they explain that you should in fact move. They began the show with a self-funded pilot rejected by more than 40 various media companies. Reportedly, some of these rejections stem from a concern with different ethnic backgrounds interacting together. But luckily for us, these two chose to depict those diverse groups of people together anyway. Oh no, there's a lady in a wheelchair and one has suspenders doing sign language. 90s TV audiences can only handle so much, you maniacs! Hal and Joanne have continued their careers of broadcasting health tips through their YouTube channel, which also features what looks to be every original episode. It's pretty neat to see these two still at it after all these years of staring at each other while the other one talks. Thanks, Hal and Joanne. Don't touch that dial, because we'll be right back. You there! Having trouble supporting Mitch Show? Don't worry, there's several steps for that. You can do the normal button things, but also patreon.com/Mitch Show. Look at all these people you could join. Wow, look at all those people. Patreon.com/Mitch Show.
Don't even. My shoes. Love it, Jenna.
Okay, ladies. Everybody out of the brain. This boy needs to deal with his hunger.
He was thinking about girls' stomach.
You're gross. Oh, no, you didn't.
Food. It's an addictive part of our daily lives, but because we can only choose so many things in a day, advertisers have to get pretty nutty to get our attention. Like Fruit Gushers. Weird name, weird product, completely normal advertisements.
With a taste that's gonna drive you fruity.
You know, children mutating and morphing into all manners of foods. Oh, chimps as well. Oh, not the dog. These ads included all sorts of big head-related shenanigans, an unbelievable amount of goo, and the possibility of destroying one's property. Like many ad campaigns of the era, Fruit Gushers parodied horror movies, boring field trips, and maybe The Matrix. As the intensity of the ads increased, so too did the intensity of the ideas, with magic-themed, cosmic-themed, and the natural progression of all products and entertainment, dinosaurs. I cannot believe how many of these they made. I was just going to talk about the ones I remembered, but thanks to this YouTube archivist, I have 29 of these. Each one more creative and strange. There's 13 minutes of Gushers content on my hard drive. It's a real burden I carry every day. At night, I have nightmares of children turning into cactuses, cursed youth being tricked into freezing in place, and disappearing into the void from the sourness. Do you ever have Gusher? Gorm? Oh no, don't tell me you ate the sour Gushers again. Oh, he's right here. Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up?
What's up? What's up? Yo, who's that? Yo, pick up the phone. Hello? What's up? What's up?
What's Up? The absolutely wonderfully annoying Budweiser ad featuring 5 friends screaming a very skewed version of What's Up?
Yo. What's up? What's up? Hold on. Hello?
It was directed by Charles Stone, featured prominently in the foreground here, and was based on a short film he made called True.
True.
The ad plays out pretty much as the film does and ended up being such a winning formula that they just kept making them.
Chad here. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing?
There was a bird version, an alien version, and my personal favorite, grandmothers.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
This ad has been parodied many times and may have influenced Budweiser to continue with the single word or phrase thing.
How you doing?
How you doing? How you doing? How you doing?
How you doing? How you doing?
How you doing?
How you doing?
How you doing? How you doing?
Charles would go on to direct many movies and shows, including Drumline, Mr. 3000, and a 2008 Barack Obama political ad. This parody of the original ad features the friends experiencing the dark and unfortunate realities of living in America at the time. It's actually so dark, in fact, that I can't even show you everything in it because of... you know.
What's up?
The cultural impact of the series cannot be denied, and since then Budweiser has exclusively made home-run decisions on their ad campaigns, never once definitely alienating their core audience, and everything has been very smooth ever since. Like a delicious cold glass of milk. This seems larger than we needed. Does this look like you measured it correctly? The Got Milk campaign, funded by the California Milk Processor Board, started off with a bang in 1993 with its first ad directed by the Michael Bay.
For $10,000. Excuse me? Oh, I'm sorry, your time is up.
The idea was to encourage people to drink more milk by introducing many utterly absurd scenarios in which milk is of critical importance.
Oh, yummy, yummy. Doesn't that look good? Nice kitty. Kitty. Uh-oh.
Got milk?
So she's...
Yeah. Gonna need more milk.
They compared milk delivery men to heroes, had magicians deprive senior citizens of milk, and used some pretty neat practical effects on Harland Williams.
Therefore, rabbit!
These ads featured some of the most despicable types of people, like a pilot that nosedives the plane for a glass of milk. But the one I always remember features a man in a full-body cast as he's fed a whole cookie. And while he chokes on it, the family next to him drinks milk like a sloppy band of animals. What kind of adult accepts a glass of milk like that?
Got milk?
Big Milk's big push was that the creamy white drink helps in the development of strong bones.
Oh, that's not good.
Now, whether that helps as like that one kid in every group project helps is really not for me to say. Although I do agree that having strong bones is important, because without them, how are you gonna play with all your toys?
The fun is catching. You wanna bite? It's Mousetrap.
Oh yes, my dude, the toys of the 90s were poppin', potentially a little too much.
But be quick, you're racing the clock. Goes perfection.
One of the most notable toy commercials from this time was Hungry Hungry Hippos.
Hungry, hungry hippos. We're hungry, hungry hippos.
This famous game about smashing ass and eating balls fast was originally released in 1978.
Hungry, hungry hippos.
The original jingle had a decent yet catchy vibe, but it was the 94 version that really punched it up with an emphasis on hippos and an emphasis on thick hippo butts. I can't tell if this game was meant to encourage a child's mindless need to consume what's in front of them, or... oh. For me? Now what was I talking about?
Sock 'em boppers, more fun than a pillow fight.
Originally launched as the Sock 'em Boppers, the toy that encourages ruthless aggression against those you hold dearest was a pair of blow-up punching gloves.
Blow 'em up, put your hand inside, get ready to have the time of your life.
The ad formula was simple: have kids wail on each other and maybe do a cartwheel or two while a guy sings about sockin' and or boppin'. They also made sword and shield versions for people whose kids didn't have enough concussions from the original product.
Hold up your shield, get ready to you come. Be on guard and suck it to 'em.
In the early 2000s, Mattel sued Big Time Toys over the similarity to its Rock'em Sock'em robots, and the name was changed to Soccer Boppers?
Soccer boppers, sock 'em once and bop 'em twice.
Unfortunately, this dispute was settled legally and not the way we all wanted to see, with a Sock'em Bopper Battle Royale.
Sock 'em boppers, more fun than a pillow fight.
Oh geez, buddy. Looks like you chose an inferior battery brand. You're probably familiar with the Energizer Bunny, but you may not know that Duracell actually did the pink battery bunny first in 1973.
If you put Duracell batteries into one toy and regular carbon batteries into all the others, you'd find that after just a few hours of continuous use, the regular batteries give up.
Then in 1988, Energizer did an ad mocking these bunnies by comparing them to their cool sunglass-wearing bunny, and it ended up being so successful that they just kept using it. This led to a legal dispute that ended in a landmark rabbit-sharing deal. I didn't make that one up. As a result, Energizer gained exclusive rights to the pink fuzzball in the US, while Duracell maintained European rights. This put Duracell in a tricky spot, as they needed a new ad campaign that was somehow even more memorable. For this, they turned to Addams Family director Barry Sonnenfeld, who would later direct the Men in Black trilogy, and special effects artist Steve Johnson, known for his phenomenal work on Ghostbusters Slimer. His company also did Doc Ock's arms in Spider-Man 2, one of the best horror scenes in a non-horror movie. The result of these talents coming together was an absolutely horrifying group of uncanny valley-dwelling monsters called the Puttermans.
Hey Larry, sometime today?
Larry Doty for the birdie.
Hooked it. Okay, I'll get him down.
This bizarre effect that still haunts the dreams of many 90s kids was achieved through heavy prosthetics, which were also used for this Primus video. The idea was simple: depict a 1950s nuclear family as toy humans that run on batteries, then surround them by people who fail due to their choice of lesser, non-Duracell brand batteries.
You're right, Mom. The museum can be fun.
A couple of these are, well, there's a difficult woman whose hair or head gets burned, and the joke is that she deserved it.
Wrong batteries. Expensive beauty lesson. You can't tell.
One with a young, unmarried couple.
I wish this could last all night.
Duracell. Oh, it can. And tomorrow night, and maybe the next night, and the following day.
And this one.
Tulsa with your great Aunt Emma. We shared a one-room apartment.
Herb, did you slip her one of those other kinds of batteries?
Me?
So she's...
Yeah, I'm gonna need more batteries.
The 90s. It was a wild, wacky time full of color, style, and that one cooler bag everyone had. I barely scratched the surface on this topic, so please let me know what was so special about this time for you. Maybe it was the toys or the time you spent taking care of your house hippo. Either way, that feels like enough TV for one day. Well. Oh. Where is everyone? Hello? Gorm? Tiny, spooky technology robot? Creepy censorship bot? Hello? Weird. I wonder what they could be. This all feels weirdly familiar. I wonder what else is on. Oh, I don't have a TV.
Can somebody get that cat off my head? What?